Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, my name is Whitney McKoy. If you have been watching the African Diaspora News Channel, so I report on the Caribbean region out here, and I'm actually in Kingston, Jamaica. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, so today we're gonna be talking about something that's been, I want to say, it's been trending for a while. It's been all over. And so if you haven't noticed or you didn't know, Jamaica recently experienced a category 5 hurricane. Yeah, one of the strongest known to man. And basically what's been happening is that, Jamaicans, Africans, Americans, all over the diaspora, we've been giving back, because we've been trying to get, we're trying to get this country back up on its feet, because the western side of Jamaica, it survived. It got a terrible hit. I mean, Westmoreland, Saint Elizabeth, Trelawney, Saint James, Clarendon, Manchester, parts of Saint Anne. They had some major damages, and so right. So people have just been giving back, trying to get things going, or and so the artist Buju Banton, I'm not sure if we're all familiar with him. He recently stated that he sent some donations and they went missing. Yeah, that's what he said. He said he sent some donations and they went missing. But he's accusing the customs agents of stealing these said donations. Let's let's all take a look at Buju Banton's video in which she tells what happened exactly. Now, be mindful, there's definitely some colorful language, so put your headphones in.
But this girl a ranky, one little nasty crowbait girl come talk about the barrel them now on the marking. Right? Them come on a cargo plane done said. Right? And no thieving brother and thieving family now work at the airport. You don't understand. So when things are do things on them hard, you think up. What do you think up here though? You think it's a very long life for up here live? I want them Luman life that up here live. We're working hard and we're trying to do things to the country and we don't get the cargo come. Right? First and foremost, it take forever to give with the cargo. Right? And when the cargo come out and we start looking at the cargo, Starlink missing, stove missing, all kind of ras bomber, ras clotting, blood clot missing, and the barrel them half empty. See, nothing never happened to Kingston. There's no reason for nobody at Kingston for your thief, nothing from the people of Jamaica. You understand me? But the sound stay on have a dirty, crowbait, reptobate, blood clot mentality on the brain and heart. You understand me? I should have come down and come go to some scandal back because that's what the blood clot deserve. You know? You see it? Right? We don't let no clout and we know that the people in dire straits. So we have a thief and poor people and thief and people who go through such a hard time. Who are blocking at the barrel. Blocking at the barrel and so we answer a question. Where is the oversight? Where are the security measures? Because you can't go through the airport and fart. So how somebody leave the airport with so much things, all these things where these packages come tampered with. Right? And think that nice? A whole lot of people up here say Barrington flying, it's a plane that come to Jamaica, come go to things and crash. So Barrington make 2 flights, them fly Monday and them fly Tuesday. 2 big ass clad cargo plane. Only for no say, when we open the package, everything tampered, everything, what I do? What do we really deal with? We can't continue, sir. We cannot continue like this. It's painful. Because we're up on the battlefield, I'm on even I'm from man, I run up and down and I meet people left, right, and center to secure something for my nation. Right? Oh, if I not secure, I don't just hurt my feelings, the blood clot. I don't have no idea. I not talk the common people, I talk the thief, the man with a Norman man, the airport. Okay? Because when the cargo plane and I just say it land, right? And the amount of things are missing my people, it hurt me very hard that you different blood clot. If you cut me, don't find a drop of blood. Right? For what? Why are we doing these things? No, it's not the time for to teach people things out there.
Right. So we watched that. So he expressed that a few things were missing from the relief cargo that he sent. He said he was missing stoves, he was missing Starlink, that's internet, because half of the island we're still without electricity, we're still without water, we're still without cell service even. So everybody's just kind of getting on board. Everybody's just doing what they have to ensure that the island survives. Now, Mr. Banton or Matt Murray, he expressed that they stole a lot of things out of his relief flight that he sent. However, maybe a few hours went by before the actual Minister of Transportation here in Jamaica went clapped back. Let's listen to his reply.
And I want to publicly state today, without fear of contradiction, that I did an overnight investigation, including cameras and including the custom broker who handled the shipment. And I want to make it very clear that the shipment left the airport intact as it came, fully wrapped, and everything that was there left the airport in the custody of the charitable organization. It went to a warehouse in Spanish Town, which the government has no involvement in whatsoever. So as far as what we did in terms of making sure that the goods that were meant for the people, the poor suffering people, were delivered. And I want to thank all of the airport staff that continue to work so tirelessly under the worst strain and pressure to make sure that we manage all of these cargo flights in a smooth and efficient manner. I am the first one to say that it's not perfect because we are now overburdened with more flights than we normally expect. However, we are doing our best, and I'm going to ask for everybody to please just do what you are doing and do so in the best interest of the people of Jamaica, and do not cause mischief or nuisance, because I will be there to defend the government as long as it is on the seaside or the port side. Absolute rubbish was posted, and I say so without fear of contradiction. And anybody who wants, come to me and I will give you the evidence. We will investigate any case and every case because we want transparency and accountability. What we don't want is mischief and nuisance, and that's what was posted last night. God bless Jamaica.
Right. So we all saw the minister's clap back. Basically, to sum it up, he says that Buju is a liar. Yes, that's the legendary Buju Banton, by the way. No, persons are alleging that ever since he came back from prison, Buju just has not been the same. The minister, he made that statement. He posted pictures of the warehouse. He stated that Buju could come and they could all look at it with their lawyers present, of course. To this date, Buju has since went. He had deleted his original post where he was accusing the customs agents of stealing whatever happened with those colorful languages. He's deleted it. We haven't heard anything else, right? But the reaction online, it's been split. Some people are saying, hey, they steal things for real because we've sent items and they have gone missing completely. While others are saying that if it wasn't on the flight manifest, which is what the minister said, it was not on the flight manifest, how could it have been stolen? Is it then that he sent undeclared items to Jamaica? Why? Was he trying to escape something? What exactly was going on? Now, what this actually brings into question is the fact that Buju Banton, he's been heavily, I would say, heavily invested in politics recently. Jamaica recently had our general elections. We chose a new prime minister and everything. Well, we re-elected the same prime minister, and Buju Banton was very clear about how he felt about the current prime minister. He said he was for the opposition, he endorsed the opposition, he was at the events, he was saying, hey, you know, this is who I'm choosing, this is who I want to be my leader. So persons are asking, was his alleged his outburst, was it politically motivated? Right? Because if it's a case where what you said you sent Starlinks and stoves to help people, it was not on the flight manifest. The minister came, he said that the flight that came, only 3 barrels belonged to Mr. Banton. So how is it then that you're saying that these items were stolen and they were not on the manifest? They never came to Jamaica. So how is it that Jamaicans are the ones that stole them? Hi, Emma. Hi, Demetra. How is it that they're the ones that stole them? Well, that's what everybody's trying to find out. So we're saying this might have been politically motivated because at the end of the day, Buju he has not been shy about how he feels about the current government, the current Jamaica Labour Party. And then he, as well, yes, the architect, he said that Buju brought those things to Jamaica for the opposition party. Yes, definitely, definitely. He stated that he brought it for the PMP MPs. And if you've been online recently, you've noticed the controversy that the opposition has been stirring, right? So they held a press conference the other day. They stated that relief workers might be bringing in diseases into the country, which basically had relief workers very they felt very disrespectful. Like the minister had to go online, he had to express that, we don't believe these things, these are just controversies. They stated that some parts of the island was getting more attention than other parts of the island, which I'm not sure about that. But they've been stating that a lot has been going on. Jamaicans on the ground, though, Jamaicans have been calling for unity. Basically, they've been saying that this is no is not the time. Like we just went through a Category 5 hurricane storm. Hurricane. Now is not the time for it to be divided. We just went through elections. Elections are not until 2030 again. Why are we basically campaigning? Why are we fighting now? Why can't we all just just come together as one and just work to get back Jamaica on its feet? I mean, if you've been to the western part of the island recently, if you just go online, you will see certain parts of the island is flat. When I say flat, I mean there are no roads, bridges have collapsed, roofs are gone, houses have fallen down. When you look at trees are bare. So how is it that some parts of the island is basically in ruins, and here we are online stirring up controversy about missing Starlings, missing stoves, missing this, and none even came? No. Did he lie? I don't know. I can't say he did. He just deleted his post. He didn't come back. He didn't make a statement. The minister stated that he did in fact give him the footage to show him that the items basically went from plane, they went somewhere, and then they didn't go anywhere. They were just moved from the plane to the truck. So there was no time, right? There was no time for anything to be stolen. So how is it that he's saying that things are missing? And how is it that we have all this time in the world to go online and stir up controversy when Jamaicans are literally suffering? I mean, where I took a drive to the North Coast the other day. I have family in Sentan, and I took a drive down there. And let me tell you guys something. It's sad. The pictures, the videos that you see online, it does not do it any justice. I mean, people, some people don't have anywhere to live. Homes are flat. People are, all they have basically is the clothes that's on their back. That's all that some people have. So how is it that we're online stirring up controversies before we get our facts right? I mean, the minister Daravaz, he did go online. He did state that if Buju had called him, he could have shown him all the footage. But basically, if he goes online and he states these things, then people are not going to be motivated. to donate, because they're gonna say that others are stealing. So was Buju Banton right to go online and say, look, these things were stolen, before he fact checked, before he called the proper authorities, before investigations were done? No. Were these things stolen? There's still a big question mark, because at the end of the day, footage was shown. We were not able to see the footage because, of course, there are other people that sent their private items in there, and you can't post that online. And I would come down heavily on the Jamaican government if they would make, because of some backlash or some public whatever, they showed other people's business, right? So yeah, they said the shipment was tampered with. I don't know about that. Um, yeah, let's see what you guys are saying. Joanne said footage was not moved from the plane to the truck. It was taken to Spanish Town. But Joanne, it had to go in a truck before it went to Spanish Town. Remember, the airport is in Kingston. So how is it got to Spanish Town if not in a truck? What are you saying, Joanne? I'm not understanding exactly what you're saying. Yeah, but it did go into the truck. So either way, if he's saying that it was stolen at customs, because that's what he said it was stolen at customs, then that means that it had to go through somewhere before it got to Spanish Town. Everyone knows someone will get chopper off. Josh Jesse, what? I mean, stories are there. It's been said for a long time that once you send something, everybody has lost something that comes through Jamaica customs. Now, I've never lost anything, but then again, I don't do barrels. This generation is not sending barrels. That's another thing. Yeah, they're not sending barrels, so I can't say I've lost anything, but I have heard stories. I've heard of people sending phones. When they open the box, it's balloons. People are switching out items. I have heard those stories, but at the end of the day, I've never experienced it. And then that's people are saying that because the opposition knows that this happens. Well, conspiracy theorists, I don't know. I can't say for sure. Because they know that these things happen, then they, play on that. They play on that because they know that people will say whatever happened. Yes, Emma, Buju has a right to speak, but I'm not saying he doesn't have we all have freedom of speech, and I'm 100% for freedom of speech. But at the end of the day, in a world where people run with anything that they hear, like the first thing they hear, they run with it. Should we be speaking without fact checking? Because if somebody overseas sees his video, somebody who wanted to donate some relief items to persons that are suffering in the West, if they saw his video without seeing the minister's statement, don't you think that would probably change their minds? They're gonna be like, so people are just stealing. Nah, I ain't gonna send nothing. Like, we see that. So the prime minister is opposed to showing videos of the people receiving help because he believes in protecting people's dignity. The Marleys have been given back silently. Yeah, right, exactly. Yes, Emma, he did not know. He said he was told, or whoever packed the flight, I guess I'm not sure who packed it, said that stoves and Starlink was there. But when the flight came, or when the items were taken off the flight, it wasn't there. And then the manifest did not show that there were Starlinks and stoves on the flight. So everybody a hustle at Jamaica. It's not a political thing, it's a Jamaican thing. Give me a thing now. Well, that's true. Right or left is definitely a thing. Police be like, do I write you a ticket or you gonna leave something? So yes, right or left, that's a thing. Right, right. So that's definitely a thing. But at the end of the day, just because something has been true or has been proven in the past doesn't mean that that's what's happening right now. Right. Because somebody is a thief and something went missing, do we then accuse a thief? We do our investigations first, right? We do our checks. We can't state that, hey, they stole this item without knowing for sure that this person, in fact, went ahead and stole this item. Mm-hmm. Don Cripps says most donations, charity, are organized scams. Mm, we can't say that. I mean, we can't say that because I mean, you have kind people, you have honest people, and then God forbid you have some thief. I mean, we all live in Jamaica. We know what happens. We are aware of all these scams. We're aware of all these people. So yes, it's true. But just because something has been true in the past, just because something happened, it doesn't mean that that's always happening now. So if that video did in fact discourage you to say that, hey, you're not gonna send to Jamaica, don't. Don't. People are truly suffering. People are going through it. Speaking as someone that has seen this damage firsthand, I'm going to tell you, if you wanted to donate, please go ahead and donate. Because people are going through it. There's this one MP online. His name is Dayton Campbell. He has a Adopt a Family initiative where anybody across the diaspora, if you just want to help a family, you can. Yeah. So just go ahead, reach out to him. If you have a little extra, that could be your Christmas gift this year. Just reach out, adopt a family, help them. Because people really do need help. But it's everybody, not everybody. Never trust politicians and the rich. They will make a dollar on the very aid that's freely supposed to help the people wake up. Can't say I disagree. Corruption and corruption and politics, I think, have gone hand in hand in Jamaica and Caribbean countries for a minute. So I can't say I disagree. So what am I talking about? Joanne, they were not on the manifest. I saw the manifest. They were not there. Somebody said, what are we talking about? Okay, we're going to rewatch the video. So I guess this person is just joining so that you can see.
But this girl a ranky. One little nasty crowbait girl come talk about the barrel them now have no marking. Right? Them come on a cargo plane done said. Right? And no thieving brother and thieving family have a work at in airport. You don't understand. So when things are do things on them hard, you think up. What do you think up here though? You think that Terry long life we up here live, I want them Luman life they up here live. We're working hard and we're trying to do things to the country and down there the cargo come. Right? First and foremost, it take forever for you with the cargo. Right? And when the cargo come out and we start looking at the cargo, Starlink missing, stove missing, all kind of ras bomber, ras clotting, blood clot missing, and the barrel them half empty. See, nothing ever happened to Kingston. There's no reason for nobody at Kingston for your teeth, nothing from the people of Jamaica. You understand me? But the sound still have a dirty, crowbait, reptobate, blood clot mentality on the brain and heart. You understand me? I should have come in and come go to some scandal back because that's what the blood clot deserve. You know? You see it? Right? We don't let no clout and we know that the people in the dire straits. So we have a thief and poor people and thief and people who go through such a hard time. Who are broken at the barrel. Broken at the barrel and so we answer a question. Where is the oversight? Where are the security measures? Because you can't go through the airport and fart. So how somebody leave the airport with so much things, all these things where these packages come tampered with. Right? And you think that nice? A whole lot of people up here, so Barrington flying, there's a plane that come and Jamaica come go to things and crash. So Barrington make 2 flights, them fly Monday and them fly Tuesday. 2 big rascal cargo plane. All if you know say, when we open the package, everything tampered, everything, what I do, what do we really deal with? We can't continue, sir. We cannot continue like this. It's painful. Because we're up on the battlefield, I'm and even I'm from man, I run up and down and I meet people left, right and center to secure something for my nation. Right? Oh, if I not secure, I just hurt my feelings, the blood clot. I don't have no idea. I not talk the common people, I talk the thief, the man with a Norman man the airport. Okay? Because when the cargo plane and I just say it land, right? And the amount of things are missing my people, it hurt me very hard that 3 different blood clot, and they cut me down for a drop of blood. Right? For what? Why are we doing these things? No, it's not the time for una teach people things out there for blood clot.
Right. So that's what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, don't trust the Red Cross. Look for local churches. Look for local churches and ministries, never through the elected officials. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the end of the day, I think the notion that politicians are corrupt and politicians thief and they this and they that, I think that's never ever going to come out of Jamaicans' mind or even the diaspora, because for a long time we've seen we've seen the Cuban light bulb scandals, we've seen the Jeep that had no wheels, we've seen those scandals. So people are always not going to trust the government. It doesn't matter what they do. It's just if you've been labeled a thief once in your life, I don't think you're ever going to be able to escape being called a thief, if you know what I mean. So whether or not these items were in fact stolen, the notion is out there. But I encourage everybody to still help out, because we need it and everybody need it. The architect says, in all my travels, I have never had anything missing from my shipment or suitcase when I travel to Jamaica. It can happen if the person's bringing items banned on the customs lists. Yeah. Joanne, items are not stated individually in barrels. But Joanne, can a stove hold in a barrel though? Because he said, well, according to the minister, it was 3 barrels. So how many stoves and Starlinks could be placed in 3 barrels if we're really thinking logically, if we're really thinking about it, and if we're really going to operate off logics and sense and not just with emotion or go by what we see on social media. How many stove and Starling can really hold in a 3 barrel? Like, let's get real about that. Let's break it down. I'm not saying Buju is lying. I'm not saying that, hey, maybe these items, maybe these items were not stolen. What I'm saying is that if the items were stolen, the minister is saying that it can't be here in Jamaica at customs. Right? How many barrels was it, Joanne? Because that's what the manifest said. Right? Kenrick says, I've collected barrels and they don't open it until I come to collect it. That's procedure. So if there is an item in it that's banned, they'll take it out right there and they'll tell you, we're taking this item because it's not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be shipped. Right. That's what I know. But, people have things. They'll take it out. I'm not saying that hasn't happened, because someone said that her family member stated that they sent her a TV. When she opened the box, it was just some old clothes. So I'm not saying that the family member didn't send the TV for real, but two things can be true. It can be that the customs officers are in fact stealing aid. Well, not aid, they do in fact steal items. And it can also be true that nobody tampered with the shipment. I guess we will never know the truth, because we're not seeing these items. We're not seeing the footage. We can't see the footage, of course, because of course the government has to protect other people's privacy. So they can't show us the footage. But Buju Banton has since deleted this video, and he has said absolutely nothing else about the incident. So now what? So forget governments and international aid. People have to start taking care of other people without government and their organizations. I completely agree. And I implore Jamaicans. I know that, going through the storm, it's a little traumatizing. I can tell you. I live in Kingston, so we didn't get a lot of it. But I can tell you that my family members have told me that at one point, they could hear it, or like they could hear the wind talking to them while it devoured everything in its path. So persons are traumatized. But I implore you, please, let's all get up. Let's all start rebuilding our nations. Let's not sit on our hands and wait for the government to come and help us. The government, I'm not saying they don't care, but they have more things on their plate. There is roads that need to be rebuilt. There are schools that were damaged. We need to get these kids back to school. Because if COVID has taught us anything, it's that we can't make them pitney stay out of school too long. They need to get back to school. There are hospitals that were damaged. Like, we need to get these kids back into school. We need to get these roads repaired. We need to get these hospitals fixed. So I am imploring everybody, every Jamaican, if you're listening, if you have a friend in the Jamaica that you can call to, if you lost your roof, if you can find the zinc them, take them up. Let's start putting on back our roof. Let's start do basic cosmetic cleaning. Let's start sweeping up. Let's start burning, throwing the garbage away. Let's start chopping up the trees. Let's try to get Jamaica back on its feet, because I'm telling you, the government is not going to save us. We need to save ourselves. It's just one of those things. At the end of the day, we need to start helping ourselves, guys. Sorry about stuff you had missing. Did you make sure that nothing violated the customs import list? Certain food stuff is not allowed, such as red kidney beans. Yeah. Yeah, Emma. Let's focus on what really matters, guys, and what really matters now. It's to just rebuild the nation. Let's shut out all that rah rah rah. Let's shut out what this side is doing, what that side is. Let's shut out these online trolls. I implore everybody, let's shut out these online trolls that are being paid to go at each other. The ones that are being paid from this party and the ones that are being paid from that party. Let's shut all that out and just focus on rebuilding our nation. Because I'm telling you, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. So yes, if you like to support Jamaica, the government has a line where you can donate to. It's support Jamaica. Actually, go to the Prime Minister's Instagram page. His name is Andrew Holness. You can find the link to the donation page right there in his bio. Let's do that, and let's not just type it in anywhere, because at the end of the day, scams are real out here, and there have been false false websites. So let's do that. If you want to do that, we can do that. And then, like I said, Dr. Dayton Campbell, he's an MP in Eastern Westmoreland, and he has stated that at the end of the day, you can adopt a family, and yeah, we go from there. Adopt a family, send them food, send them clothes, whatever you want to send them, you can send them. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live again here tomorrow at 5 p.m. Thanks for coming. Yeah, so I'll see you guys here again tomorrow at 5, where we'll be talking about something else. What's going on over there in Haiti? It's very scary. Do remember to subscribe to the African Diaspora News channel for more news from the African diaspora. And also, good luck to the Jamaican Reggae Boys as we play the match of, well, I guess the match of the last 4 years, as we're trying to get to the World Cups, which will be held 2028. So good luck to the Jamaican Reggae Boys, and I will see you guys here tomorrow at 5.